Well, good evening, friends, and we are on the solo survival world tonight. Suleiman, Lucas, very welcome in. And honestly speaking, I don't have much of a plan for today's stream, but we do need to finish a little bit of terraforming. I mean, these sharp dirt walls isn't working exactly for me right anymore. So I guess that's something to start off with. So Suleiman, what's the big bad news? I mean, I don't like bad news, especially not on a Monday evening. You deleted the Minecraft world? Oh my. That's the world where you were building the towers for like the north, west, south, east towers? Well, that sucks a little bit. But I've told you many times before, we've got time. We've got loads of time. Because I do need to finish building this tower first. And I haven't even finished digging out this hole to the bottom of the world yet. So we've got time. Don't worry about it too much. I just want to yes, please. Just want to get this done so that I can look you right in the eye. And like I say, don't worry about it. We've got a lot of time. So yes, that being said, I better get started, because all these dirt blocks are not going to be placing themselves, at least not anytime soon. I do not have any specific plans, but I do need to finish, like Lucas and I was doing this was on the previous stream on this world. I was doing this little part of the terraforming, and I want to continue it all the way to the edge over there. So I do have something to do. The digging just to be honest, sometimes the digging gets a little bit boring. Well, not to me, but watching me dig, it's not always fun. The problem is why I say digging becomes boring at sometimes is that when I'm digging, I sometimes forget to speak, and that's not good for a stream. But let's see how far I get with this dirt terraforming, and then maybe a little bit later we can go and dig, because right now I am at the spot where, or at the depth where diamonds is becoming more frequent. So I guess digging wouldn't be too boring if we can find a few diamonds. So Solomon, you say 2 eggs, a bit of green onion, a pinch of salt and pepper, mix over medium heat, put some chili powder for spice, and what do we get? Eggs, green onion, salt and pepper, chili powder. That's a lot of the things that I do enjoy eating. But yes, I get it. Wrong recipe again. I can't remember what recipe. Oh, yes. We are looking for the recipe to make $1 million by doing nothing. And yes, I guess for that recipe isn't exactly going to do the job. Maybe try again next stream. Yes, that sounds like an omelette. Well, speaking of, I haven't had an omelette in a long time. Now, I don't mind eggs, but my son is the one who really digs eggs. I enjoy eggs from time to time. Definitely not every day. My son, on the other hand, he will have eggs 3 times a day if we would allow him to. Alright, so I think this is about good. And I thought when I started with this terraforming, I told Lucas that I'm not going to be filling in all the water, and guess what I'm doing? I'm filling it all in. Tom, good evening and welcome to the chat. Suleiman, if we allow him to have eggs 3 times a day, he will have eggs 3 times a day. My son will usually ask us before he just makes himself something. I mean, like eggs and stuff, he will usually ask before just making himself some. I mean, and he doesn't really need to, but I think that's just the way he grew up, by, well, just asking before you just do things. Okay, so I do realize, before anybody tells me, I did skip a few blocks when I was filling in this area. And to be honest, you guys don't say anything, I won't say anything. Let's just imagine it's totally filled up. All right? But I do want to grab this gravel. I've got plans for gravel. Oh my goodness. I hope that didn't break anything. Doesn't seem that way. Do you not allow eggs sometimes? Great protein. Not over 6 though. We don't want anyone to have diarrhea. That's the problem. We don't really not allow it, but we do tell him sometimes to just limit it. Misfits! Welcome in. I was wondering if I'm going to see you tonight. We are on the survival world, and we are just terraforming a little bit. And now I lost my train of thoughts. Yes, Suleiman, so when it gets to eggs, my son will literally, if we allow it, he will have like 12 eggs a day. He will be happy to eat 12 eggs a day. And that's just where the limitations comes in. We can't have him. 12 eggs a day is not healthy. I don't care who you are, what you studied. No doctor even is going to tell me 12 eggs a day for a teenager is healthy in any way. And that's all I mean by limiting him. I don't mind if you have 2 or 3 eggs. That doesn't bother me. But I don't, and you know, having too many eggs will definitely cause like problems in life, like high cholesterol and all that, because the egg yolks do contain quite a bit of cholesterol, don't they? Oh, Misfit, if you were talking to the hubby is more important than a Twitch stream. And you see, Suleiman, Misfit says that she's busy making hard-boiled eggs right now. But Misfit, you said you're having egg salad for lunch? Isn't it past lunchtime already? No, I guess it's probably just about lunchtime. For Suleiman and myself, it is, well, a little bit later than that. Definitely past dinner time already. Yes, Misfit Suleiman over here, he's from Turkey. So, they are about 1 hour ahead of me on the time, in terms of time zones. So it is 9:15 at night. I'm making it today to have tomorrow. I'm also making an apple crumble for tomorrow. Look, so Misfit, I've heard about egg salad, eh? But I don't know exactly what is egg salad. Hard-boiled eggs mixed with mayonnaise or something like that. I've heard that it's a very popular thing to eat in the Americas. I don't know if we maybe also have it, but we call it something else. Not sure. But why would you make it today and like only eat it tomorrow? Does it taste better the next day? And honestly speaking, apple crumble, I'm not going to cut my pulses for missing on the apple crumble. I don't like cooked apples. That just doesn't work for me. Dirto Lucas, hello, welcome in. I did notice you were on in Twitch earlier, Lucas. Did you switch back to YouTube now? Any specific reason that maybe there's been issues on Twitch again? Or do you just prefer YouTube? I mean, I'm only asking because I have been having some Twitch issues over the last few days. So, just making sure everything is alright on the Twitch side. Oh, you say you like YouTube more. You know what, ne? Personally, I like YouTube more as well. But, now Ponchi or Suleiman jumped over to Twitch. Okay, but what I was saying, Lucas, I also do tend to enjoy YouTube more. But I have found really nice communities on Twitch, like especially like Misfits, and her community is really nice. And then the SMP I'm playing on with Drac and Dadcraft and Daily Freshness and all those people. Those are the two communities I've got on Twitch, which is basically they are kind of keeping me there, and I'm enjoying being part of the communities. And now that I can actually multi-stream, you see Spooky. Hello, Spooky. Lucas, just like I was saying, Spooky is also part of the community on Twitch. And now that I can multi-stream without too many issues, I just felt that, like, why not go out on both platforms and still be able to communicate with my followers on both platforms. And let me just catch up here a little bit. Misfits, it's hard-boiled egg, mayonnaise, mustard, and pickle relish. It's so good, but I don't make it that often. Okay, Misfit, so yes, that sounds good. I will definitely have that, and I think we do have something similar over here. We usually just wouldn't add the pickle relish, but it just sounds like making a few hard-boiled eggs, slicing them up, put them in a piece of toast with mayonnaise. Simple as that. Yes, Suleiman, the egg salad will definitely be better when cold. When I have cooked eggs or boiled eggs, I prefer them to be cold as well. Misfit, you say you do that so the flavors mix better and it tastes better cold. Yes, it tastes better cold, and so many different sorts of foods always do taste better the next day, because then you've had the opportunity for all the flavors to mix through and all that. I always say, when I make a nice beef and tomato stew or a nice curry, I always say, but I need to put it away for tomorrow because it tastes better tomorrow. When I make stews and curries and things, I always make enough so that I can have more the next day. And just because it does taste better the next day. So Lucas, you said you like YouTube more. That's totally understandable. As I said, I also prefer YouTube most of the time, but I do think that I'm watching more streaming content on Twitch. YouTube is more for the normal videos I watch. All right, so Spooky, how has your day been? I know you've had a tough day today. How are you keeping up? No, Lucas, and you can watch from either platform. It really doesn't matter to me. Wherever you enjoy it more, I'm never going to ask any of my viewers to go to a specific platform. As long as I've got the ability to stream on both, you can just watch from wherever you want to watch. Misfits, you don't need to thank me for talking to the truth, and that's all it is. Yes, Misfits, I do know that recipe now. You need to eat all together and you have to mash the eggs. But I will still have that on a nice piece of toast, or maybe a French loaf or something. That eggs and mayo on a nice piece of toast is always a winner. And yes, like you say, soup and chili always tastes better the next day. And I should actually stop just yapping and actually do some work while I'm yapping, shouldn't I? Otherwise, this terraforming project is absolutely never, ever, ever, ever going to get finished. No, I don't. Well, to be honest, I'm streaming my gameplay for the conversation. So I guess if we don't get too much done, it doesn't matter. As long as you guys are entertained, as long as I can keep you occupied for a little bit and give you some sort of entertainment, I am all too happy about it. And if we don't get a lot done in the process, so what? We are just having a nice conversation while I'm playing Minecraft. And talking about that, any of you, I remember when I was in school, when I was in high school, we used to like, after school, we'll go to one of the friends' houses and we will just watch them play games. And isn't this streaming more or less the same thing? Just sitting a bunch of friends together, having a nice conversation while one of the friends is playing a game. It's the same thing. The thing is, the only difference is we don't need to be at the same location to do that. Solomon, not never. If you have good RNG, Enderman will do it for you. Keyboard broke. Why did it write on both platforms? I don't know, because you maybe sent it on both platforms? I don't know. If I look at the Twitch dashboard, you did say it in the Twitch dashboard, and you did say it in the YouTube dashboard. Yes, Solomon, it is very strange that it does that, because basically my chat, I only the chat that's displayed on screen and the chat that I'm using to read the messages, it basically pulls messages from both platforms, but it doesn't really have any interaction with the other platform. So the Twitch side of it cannot see what the YouTube side is doing, and it cannot influence the YouTube side. And then the same thing the other way around. Is it still the old profile? So do you have another profile on Twitch then? Or did you make a new profile? It doesn't really matter now, does it? We are able to communicate using this platform or this profile. So I don't see any problem with it. Unless there's a reason why you've got a different profile or want to use a different profile, I don't see any issues here. Let me... Which has the lime gooblet, not the leaflet. But for some reason your Twitch icon isn't showing in my chat. Oh, I see on screen it is showing. I notice now. You see, that's how I pay attention to things. Alright, Misfit, enjoy your phone call. Have a nice conversation. We'll see you when you get back. But Suleiman, if you update it, doesn't it sometimes take a while to go through? I'm definitely not a pro when it comes to Twitch. I'm still trying to figure the whole Twitch thing out, so I can't really be of much help. Lucas, have I ever heard of pink soup or Zeppelini? No, I cannot say that I have. Explain? You are from Lithuania, so is that a local dish or something region specific? Sorry guys, I'm just quickly having a little sip of water here. And in the meantime, you can watch the grass grow on the dirt around me. It's your traditional dish. So can you explain a little bit more about it, Lucas? What goes into it? Because I do like food and I do like trying all sorts of different foods. I always say when it comes to food, you can try everything at least once before you just say you don't like it. So if you can give me a little more information. Because I have learned a lot about Turkey and Turkish things from our friend Suleiman over here, or Ponchikim, whichever profile he's on at the moment, Twitch or YouTube. So he has told me quite a few things about Turkey and their traditions and local things over there. Suleiman, have I heard of Rose Delight? I can't think that I do, but I know you can use rose water or rose juice in foods, and it gives actually quite a nice flavor to the food. Especially, I think over here we will use rose water more frequently in desserts than in main dishes. But I guess you can have it in either one. Let me just see. Are we happy with this? Because I would ideally have liked to go a little in over here, but I can't. Our pumpkin and melon farm is right under this grass over here, so I can't go much deeper. Oh, Suleiman says it's Turkish delight that tastes like rose. You know what? I've never heard of it. I've never had it, but that could actually be really nice. I see absolutely nothing wrong with Turkish delight that tastes like rose. And this little bit was irritating me a little, and then I want to grab this sand and just replace it with dirt, because I am going to need the sand for a little bit of concrete when I start working on the village, because the village is going to have a few nice brightly colored buildings. If you guys have ever seen or heard of the Cape Malay build style that they use here in South Africa in the Western Cape, or there's a neighborhood that has been a really a style that I would like to try and do in Minecraft. But for that I'm going to need loads and loads of different colored concrete blocks. So I am just trying to get all the sand and gravel that is close to me. Okay, so it's made from beets, kefir, and some other toppings, and it's served with potatoes. And seppelnai is mashed boiled potatoes with meat inside. All right. So okay, let's start at the beginning. Right? So pink soup, that's beets. I have absolutely no idea what kefir is. But beets, my wife loves beets. And you say it's served with potatoes. And then the seppelnai is mashed boiled potatoes with meat inside. So that's almost something like a version of a cottage pie, which is mashed potatoes with, well, a cottage pie is meat with the topping of mashed potatoes. So what sort of meat would you generally or normally use in it? It's like fermented milk and more like yogurt. So talking about fermented milk, that is like well, we've got a thing that they call unkumaas, which is also a fermented milk. So that's something I can, well, I should definitely be able to make that. I'll look up a recipe. I think we should be able to make that, and I can try it out maybe. Doesn't look like it will poison me. And then mashed boiled potatoes with meat inside. That is always a winner. Look, mashed potatoes and meat, or any sort of potatoes and meat, always a winner in my book. Not Greek yogurt. No, Suleiman, definitely not Greek yogurt. It's similar to yogurt, but it's definitely not yogurt. Miss Penguin, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. Wow, I'm so happy that I'm actually on to get a raid. Katie, welcome in. I haven't seen you around for a little while, Katie. Or did I? No, I can't think that I have. So thank you so much for the raid. How was the stream? Miss Penguin, how did the stream go? What were you doing? And thank you so much for the follow, Miss Penguin. I really do appreciate each and every follower on this channel. As to be honest, Katie will probably know I've been streaming on Twitch for less than a month, and it's always fun getting more people exposed to my streams and all of that. Delhi, welcome in, Delhi. I didn't even notice you coming in from the raid, but welcome in. I'm so happy to see you here. And you're saying when another streamer ends stream, they will bring their viewers into the raid target. And that is always awesome. Miss Penguin, it was good. It was playing some Skyblock. Now, look, Skyblock, I've always thought it looks interesting, but I've never actually tried Skyblock out myself. Maybe that's something, but I've got so many series going on at the moment. Because I've got this survival world, then I'm playing on the Drac's Clubhouse SMP, and then I've got a a survival or a hardcore modded world that I'm trying to get going. So I just have so much on my plate right now. So, but that's awesome. I will definitely see if I can check it out at some point when you're live. Suleiman, a raid is basically when somebody ends their stream and they come to your stream with all of the viewers on their stream. There is something like that on YouTube as well. I just can't remember what it's called right now. Yes, Katie, I'm definitely getting back into it. Like I say, I have streamed in the past, but then I took about a year break, or well, it was actually almost exactly a year break before I met you guys on Al's stream, and Al kind of um watching Al's stream kind of got me into the mood to start streaming well again. So yes, thank you, Al Chill Canada, for getting me back into streaming. Even though Al didn't really do anything, he was just doing his stream. But that sort of actually got me well, that reignited the itch to start streaming again. So, but thank you so much, Katie, for the compliment. I do appreciate it. Yes, Delhi, I also feel, especially on the Twitch side of things, I think the streams are doing really, really well for only being on there for a month. So, but thank you. And Delhi, listen, you are one of the reasons why the stream is doing so good, because I think between you and Misfits and Suleiman and these days Lucas as well, you guys are the ones that's really motivating me to keep going with it. You guys are always in the streams, and that keeps a guy going, don't you think? All right, Suleiman, you say you got your answer on the Twitch side. I'm really, really happy if you did. But yes, it's always fun to get a raid because suddenly you have so many more people in the chat, and it is exciting, exhilarating, and that just makes these streams a little bit more fun. Yes, Katie, it's between the two communities I'm part of. I can't say one is better than the other. Both of them have their differences, but I am so glad I joined your community as well. Like Drac has been awesome, Dadcraft, Delhi, you yourself, L. Well, everybody has just been great and very welcoming, very friendly to me, and that sort of, it makes life just a little bit more bearable. Especially, you know what, I watch a lot of streaming while at work. Or, well, I try to watch streams at work. Sometimes you're just too busy. But I usually have the streams open, lurking in the background, and just sometimes just listening to the conversations that's going on just makes a long day that little bit shorter and more bearable. And it helps. You get to know people in the community, and I think who was it? Delhi, was it you and I speaking about it? That you get to meet so many people from so many different places in the world, and oh no, thank you. I don't need that. I don't need thunder right now. We'll just bring more of these nasty, creepy night creatures out of their dark holes. So let's just get rid of that. then I'm going to need to just go around here, grab a few more pieces of dirt so that we can actually finish that little bit of terraforming that I'm busy with. Daily, you say you try your best. Listen, my friend. Like I've said many times before, you don't even need to try that hard. You're just an awesome person, and I'm so glad to have actually gotten to know you a little bit through the chats we've been having. It's really cool getting to know people from all over the world. That's your favorite part of Twitch, and you guys must just tell me if Twitch is bombing out, because I just had a little bit of a dip. Suleiman, you say you need to go to sleep. That's understandable. It is 9:45 where you are. So you must have a lovely night, Suleiman, and we will definitely catch each other again next time. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for always supporting me. And we will speak again very soon. Just check if you received the invite on Discord, and then let's see if we can sort that issue out. Yes, Delhi, that is definitely, as you say, that's the favorite part of Twitch to you. But honestly, it's not only on Twitch where you get that. I've met people, like I say, on YouTube. I've got Soliman that's from Turkey, and I've got Lucas. Okay, Lucas is on Twitch. So I've met people. Lucas is from Lithuania. So I've also met people from all over, and it's both on both platforms, not only on the one. But I guess, honestly speaking, usually you will pick your platform. You'll go to the platform where you feel more comfortable. And as I said, Twitch is really great for that streaming communities, that streaming crowd. But these days, I must say, also YouTube has been putting a lot of effort into their streaming side of it. They're always making a lot of improvements and bringing new features and all that. So yes, Daily, exactly what you're saying. The company of everything while you're at work is another favorite of Twitch. And that's where I find Twitch to be better for me. Even though at work I sometimes have issues with Twitch because a lot of companies is blocking Twitch. Darklink, thank you so much for the follow. I really do appreciate it, and welcome in. So yes, as I was saying, Delhi, that's where when I'm at work, I do enjoy Twitch streams more. I don't really do go on YouTube at work, but now sometimes the companies are trying to block Twitch because obviously they don't want people to be streaming or watching streams all day long while they're actually supposed to be working. But in my opinion, if things are a little bit slow at work, or you have the stream open in the background just to listen to the conversations, or maybe partake in the conversations every now and then, I don't see the problem with it. Like I said before, I have quite a few sites at work that I manage, and I have absolutely no problem with my people being on Twitch or YouTube at work, as long as the work gets done and the work gets done properly. That's the only thing to me. The work needs to be done, and it needs to be done right. Then I've got no problem whatsoever. Now you will know, as do I, Delhi, sometimes people are on these platforms and they don't give any attention to their work, and that's where I sort of draw the line. Once you, if you're not paying attention to your work, then you obviously cannot be on these platforms while you're supposed to be working. Alrighty, so let's just have a little look-see. Alright, so I think this is really looking alright for the terraforming. Lucas, you have to go. Just came back from my training. I have a lot of homework. Well, good luck with the homework, Lucas. We will definitely catch up again next time. As you should know by now, I'm streaming on both platforms, YouTube and Twitch, every evening. What is it? Also 8 p.m. your time. And so you know where to find me. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for your continued support. And I will talk to you next time that you're on. Alright, so I think this side of the build is, or this side of the terraforming, well, it does need a little bit of foliage. Does need a little foliage, maybe a couple of flowers. But then I'm quite happy with it. I think the last thing I need to do is just add a little more dirt over on this side, because that just looks funky to me right now. Listen, so I keep, because I've got quite a few chat windows open on my side, and basically I've got more than one open on my side, because I've noticed sometimes the chats do disconnect and then I miss conversations or miss chats. But I just noticed on the Twitch dashboard, every message that the raid party sends on the chat has got that raider from Miss Penguin logo on. Is that the way that it gets displayed in the Twitch chat as well, or is that only on the dashboard side? Does any of you know? But that's actually a nice touch from Twitch, so you can actually see how active the raid party is in the chat. So it's actually I think a very nice touch. Maybe go one more layer right on this side. All right. I think this is looking good. So this over here does make a little bit of a sharp corner, but we are going to extend the river on that side, and then we'll just shape it up a little bit. But that's a project for a different day. I need to see if we go around, because this side it is a little bit of a sharp draw, but we've got the entrance to the farms over here, so I don't mind this little dirt wall being there. Maybe at some point we can just reinforce it with cobblestone, but it doesn't bother me right now. That still works for me. Kitty cats now. Misfits is still on the phone call, but we've got a few kitty cats in this world as well. I think we've got that one. Yes, another kitty cat. Do do we have another one over here? I'm not sure. I don't think so. And then we've also got one sitting over here. And then we've got my Bella cat. So Bella cat is the one that is sleeping on my bed. And Bella tends to always bring me gifts in the morning. Sometimes she brings me rotten flesh. Other times she brings me something useful like phantom membranes. Now Bella has a special place in my heart. I used to have a Siamese cat named Bella. So we had two cats. One was named Bella. The other one was named Edward. And anybody that's Twilight fans will know exactly what time we got those cats. Because my wife was really into Twilight. So the cats got named after the characters in the Twilight movie series. Edward and Bella. So unfortunately Bella isn't with us anymore. Bella, being a Siamese, she got leukemia, blood cancer, and so she sadly left us, and now I've got a little Bella cat in my Minecraft world, and Bella will always have a special place in my heart. Alright, now we need to kind of do a little bit of terraforming on this side as well, but I can't really do that while these chests are still here. But let's see if we can empty some of these chests. We are just going to drop the goodies into this little hole right here. So if I drop the goodies in here, it goes down underground into my mass stone storage system, and they all get sorted and stored in their respective chests. Now if I could just do it properly so that the goodies fall down the chute, that will help. There you go. Let's go and grab a few more. I think we can actually throw in a whole chest worth of goodies into that chute, and the system down underground will definitely be able to handle the volume. Now unfortunately, with all the hoppers that I used under there, it does cause a little bit of lag in this part of the world, but at least it's not enough to have too much of a negative effect. And let's just go once more, grab a last few. Let's just clear out this chest so that I can at least feel that I've made some progress with getting those chests out of the way. So I've been doing this little by little, every day, 1 or 2 chests. Those of you that haven't been here that long, you can be glad that you haven't had to deal with my chest monster that I had. We had chests all the way from about here up to the little composter setup I've got there, and it just became a mess. But isn't that exactly the way things go in Minecraft? You always, when you start out, you've always got these massive chest monsters, and they they happen so quickly. The one moment you're still fine, then the next moment there's a massive chest monster that is just taking up unnecessary space. Alright, so this is my little project board, but I can remove it. We can rebuild it later on, because I do want to start bringing this dirt wall, also gradually bring it down. So this area up here was initially the iron farm, but now we have moved the iron farm underground. So, well, I keep talking about the underground, so let me just go and show you guys around. It's going to take only a minute or two. So here's my little stone storage or bulk stone storage system. Each of these have an item sorter above them, and I think, if I remember, each of these systems, each of these modules can hold about 21,000 items. And then in the corners here, so like for stone, we've got a mega storage that's got the capability of about 50,000 blocks. And then this is our little iron farm. So I have it, currently I have it switched off. And inside the iron farm we've got a few villagers that trades us like silk touch, mending and fortune books at really decent prices, or looting silk touch and mending at really decent prices. And then when the iron is running low, let's just see how much we've got in here. So about 6.5 stacks. When the iron is running low, you can just come over here and switch on the iron farm. The villagers will get scared and the iron golems will start spawning. So I usually do switch it off when I don't need iron, because honestly speaking, I have quite a bit of iron already. Now why is that thing not? Why isn't our golem being pushed by the water? Huh? Oh, that's strange. But alright, I guess eventually the water will push him. And there he goes, making noise before he donates his iron to me. But yeah, so this is my little bulk storage system. And then up here, we still need to come and do something with the entrance here. That's not high priority. And then over here is my normal storage system for the odds and ends. I still need to mark most of these chests, label them. But if we go up here and see how much iron I've got almost a double chest full of blocks of iron stacks. So I'm not going to be needing any iron anytime soon. So my apologies, it seemed that Twitch just dipped out again a little bit. Don't know what that is all about. You say you're not ever getting this organized. You know how long this thing took me to build? Because I kept pushing it off, putting it off and putting it off. And yes. But eventually I got it built. you know, Delhi, the main thing is, the big thing why it's necessary having a good organized storage system is that you get to a point where you think you know where your diamonds are. And then after opening 20 different chests, you still don't know where your diamonds are. And that's usually the sign that you need to get a proper storage system going. So this storage system is not automated in any way. Honestly, I don't believe it needs to be automated. It's just a normal storage system. But like I say, I still need to come in here and label most of the chests. I think I've only got the food, the plants, and the mob drops labeled so far. Oh, and then obviously the valuables that's here in the office. Well, copper also isn't labeled, and I don't know where my redstone is down below. The redstone and the lapis is right under here. I don't really know why it's here, but I've got all my ore blocks stored here, and I thought since I've got the most of the redstone and the lapis still being ores, I just thought this is the proper place to store them. And then over here we've got a little lava farm, because I'm using lava to fuel the furnaces. I'll do signs with what's in the chest written on the signs, and it's usually different block types. I don't want a bajillion chests. That just overwhelms me. Look, Delhi, that's fair. That's definitely a fair way of doing it, and a decent way of doing it. But I'm sort of a hoarder. I never throw anything away. So if you don't throw anything away, then you need plenty of storage to put all your little thingies. Now, wood is over here. Now, where will the signs be? So you see, when you look at these chests, for example, I've got one chest for planks or for slabs. Then I've got one for stairs. I've got one for fences and fence gates. One for signs. So that's the sort of way that I like. The sort of way I like to sort my items out. It kind of works for me. And then a lot of these chests still doesn't have anything in, and probably for a long time won't have anything in. But the idea is that this is kind of I don't want to use the forever world term. I think is being used too widely at the moment, so I don't want to go and say this is going to be my forever world. But it's definitely a long-term world. But alright. So one thing that I need to do in this world. The other day, maybe 3 days, but was it Saturday evening? Yes, Saturday evening, I think I was streaming really late. And it might have been Friday evening as well, not totally sure now. But Lucas did Come or Dirto on YouTube. He gave me my very first super chat, and I think that deserves a little bit of a sign in this world, just to remember that very first donation that I received on YouTube. I've been on YouTube for April would be 2 years. And that's the very first donation I received on YouTube. So I think that to me at that point was very special. And I feel that a first needs to have a little something to remember it by. So we will at some point just add a little sign or something in honor of that first donation that I received. That was awesome of him. It was probably his second time being on one of my streams, and that really got me excited. I'm telling you, I don't expect anybody to donate to me or subscribe to me or anything that's not Misfits and I. We have spoken about it a lot. This isn't about money or anything. This is purely about enjoying what we do. But if somebody would feel that I deserve something, and they can, obviously they can, if they can afford to do it, to me that really just, it means a lot. I mean, it's tough financial times out there for everybody, I think. So if you've got a dollar to spare and you want to donate it to me, I'm never going to say no thank you. But I'm also, I told myself I'm never going to be one of those people that asks their chat for donations and super chats and subscriptions and all of that. If you want to subscribe, it needs to come from a place like you really want to support the creator and you really want to be part of their community. And I honestly, I'm not going to be asking for any of that, because that feels, to me, sometimes feels a little bit forced, and people are only doing it because you told them to do that. And that doesn't feel, it doesn't always feel genuine to me. It doesn't feel, on the one hand, it just doesn't feel right. But anyway, I'm, as usual, yapping too much and doing not enough. Fortune, let's just use this. So, Misfits, I said earlier I'll show you how to do a pumpkin and melon farm. So let's see if you can see how this works over here. At some point I'll show you exactly how to do it. But if you can see, we've got a little observer right there. And that observer is pointing right above the stalk of the melon or pumpkin. And as soon as the state of the stalk changes, the observer will see it. And what is a state change? As soon as a pumpkin grows next to one of these stalks, it changes. The observer can see it changing, and that triggers the pistons, and the pistons harvests the melons and pumpkins. And then you've just got a railway line with a hopper minecart running below it, collecting all the pumpkins and melons. And this thing is actually, if we go in here, if I can just remember, I think this is the melons. So there we've got a barrel full of melons. This hopper is full. This double chest is full. This hopper is full. That chest is half full already. Misfits, I do know as soon as you get the subs, I'll be getting one, because I love your streams. Misfits, that's really nice of you to say. And obviously, like I say, I'm not going to tell you, no, don't do it. But if you do it, you have to do it because you feel that you want to do it, not because anybody told you. Delhi, same thing to you. You guys just being here in the chat is more than reward enough for me. But I think it will be exciting to have subscribers on Twitch as well. So the thing is, I'm getting there. I'm almost there. I basically only need 2 more streams on Twitch with an average of 3 or more viewers. And I think this stream is really doing well tonight. This might be number 3. Then I only need 1 more. Then I should be able to get into the affiliate program. Misfits, you say you need to mute the cards because I try this. I can't stand the sounds of them. But look, Misfits, the range of the cards isn't that much. Because if I'm standing here, I can't hear it. Let me just go and check something. But the cards must be working because I don't see any. I don't see any melons or things, but now I'm just getting concerned that the railway card isn't running. Oh, it is. You see what I did? I think I did music and sounds. Well, I didn't disable the cards. Well, either or. You can mute the cards if that's what you want, but the range is definitely not so much that it bothers me. But yes, I was looking at the number of pumpkins and melons that I've got. Misfits, you say you've subscribed to 3 people and that's it? If you subscribed, it's because you really enjoy the content. And that's exactly what it needs to be. Look, to be honest, a subscription or to subscribe to a channel isn't that much money. It's not really that expensive. But now if you were to subscribe to every channel left, right and center, that I don't know how much is a subscriber over there, but for us in South Africa it's about $40, which is just about roughly a little bit over $2, which isn't that much, even though I'm saying it's not that much. But yo, $40, I can buy 2 loaves of bread, or I can buy a liter of milk and a loaf of bread with that money. So yes, I always, when I talk about or think about different currencies, I don't like to convert it directly because it's kind of pointless, because the values are different. Or not necessarily the value, the buying power of the different currencies is definitely different. So I'm not sure. I haven't read up on it for a while, so I don't know what the average wages or minimum wage in the States are at the moment. I think different states also have different numbers for that. But in South Africa, I think the average income in South Africa is about just over $1,000 a month. And that average I do feel is a little bit skewed, because if we look at minimum wage in South Africa, minimum wage is about, let's say, 7,000 rand. So that's roughly about $500 a month minimum wage over here. And then, as I said, the average, they are talking about around about $1,000 a month. But I feel that is very skewed, because some people earn so much more. And the way that they calculate those averages, that just doesn't make sense for us. But Misfit, you say it's $9 for you. Oh, Delian, you say don't sub on mobile either. It's more expensive on mobile. PC is like $2 cheaper, but it's $6 per sub for you. But Delhi, on mobile, yes, basically, if I see dollars, I think US dollars. On mobile, I think if you're using like the apps from the App Store, like the iStore and Google Store, takes a cut of it, and that's why it's expensive. There was a big article in the news about it a while back, where these companies were complaining about the money that the app stores are taking, and that makes it so that they need to charge more for these subscriptions, just to get the same money. But you know, that's actually, well, to me, looking at $6 $6 is a lot. If I were to convert it into our local currency, $6 is a lot. That's more than $100 local. And as I said, if you think about minimum wage being about $500 a month, that's more than 1% of your minimum wage per subscription, which I feel is a little bit yes, Misfit, you could do a whole extra sub on PC. So when I get to the point where I can get subscriptions, you just start paying for your subs on PC, and then that means your sub to my channel will be free. You won't be paying for it because of the discount you're getting from PC. But I also do think, on the other hand, the convenience of doing it on mobile, people will pay more for doing it on mobile because it's simply more convenient. Oh, you say you did do 3 months at a time when they had them on sale, but how much discount was it? Like 30 or 35% off, if I remember. Guys, Misfits Daily, have you guys seen my skeleton spawner area yet? I can't remember if either of you was on the stream when I showed it off last time. And then just tell me, how is the Twitch stream doing? I see a little bit more dropped frames than other days, but it seems to be dipping out sometimes, but it comes back. It comes back very quickly, not as the same as other days where it takes a couple of seconds to come back. Comes back really quickly. Alright. So let's go over, and then while we're going there, alright, let me run over there or walk over there, because I do want to talk about what I want to do here. So right over, I think about here. So when we are coming here from the barn and the little house over here, I've got a path. I've got a path over here, so I want to extend this path to go there to the skeleton spawner area. So I think we'll just build the path coming over here. We're just going up the hill. And then I need to build a nice bridge right there. So I want to connect the path to this bridge. And then when we cross the bridge, the path will change to this normal path blocks. Because this is now getting a little bit rural. And I think the foliage over here does make it feel a little more rural. Then up here above the skeleton spawner thingy, we've just got a little basic campsite. Now I do notice we've got a little piggy here enjoying the campsite. I don't think I've got anything in these chests. But just a little campsite. So we can imagine that one of Misfit's wandering trader friends set up this campsite over here on his travels. And we've got I think when we stand up here, we've got a nice little view of the base. It is hidden behind the trees a little bit. But that's all right. It sort of keeps a little bit of a mystery going about the base, where you can see a few things, but you can't really see everything. I think that just keeps a little bit of a mystery. And we are going to have a massive tower going up there eventually. And then if we go in these doors, we go down to the little skeleton spawner room, but since it's night, I've got just a little rest area off to the side. And since we are using shaders, I can never tell whether it's time to sleep or not. I think that's the one thing of shaders that sort of gets me, is the fact that with the setting sun, you don't really know whether you can sleep yet or not. Alright, so if we enter, we enter through here, we've got our little spawner right there in a nicely lit up spawner room. We've got a little enchanting setup over here. And we've got a little lever here, which if we switch it off, the skeletons will start spawning. And then this is just set up. You can see a puddle of blood here because we've got a villager that we obviously dealt with. And we hung his head up on a chain. And we've got a little blood dripping down. Got a few mob heads. We've got this little zombie librarian, which obviously didn't make it. Then if we kill the skeletons, you'll see all their drops going up in this water column into a sorting system. Okay, Delhi, you're gonna have to lurk as well. I had one call off today and I gotta help the crew get caught up. Got 30 minutes until cleanup. Alright, Delhi, so thanks for hanging out. Thanks, you're more than welcome to lurk. I do, like I say, I do appreciate the lurkers as well, because I still need a few streams with an average of at least 3 viewers. And I think this stream tonight will just get me one step closer to the to affiliate on Twitch. Like I said, it's not to me it's not about anything financial or anything, but I like reaching achievements or reaching goals. And I think the first goal of being streaming on Twitch is definitely that affiliate. That's the first step onto making it an achievement on Twitch. So, alright, so you guys have seen now, if I deal with these guys, all the loot comes up here. And the way that this is set up is like the XP doesn't automatically come through. So I can really take my time and pick the tool I want to repair, and then open this door and the experience will just come through and that tool will be repaired. If we go through this door, we can just check out the redstone. So I didn't do any decoration back here, but here's the 2 redstone filters, and as you can see, we've got plenty of storage space for arrows. And I haven't been here a lot, so we shouldn't have a lot of arrows in here. And we've also got a lot of storage for bone blocks. So on the bone block side, we've set up a few auto crafters. So the first auto crafter will get the bones from the filters, and it will craft the bones into bone meal. The bone meal will then be put into another crafter, which will just craft it into bone blocks. And then all of these arrows and bone blocks and things are stored until I need them. So what happened there? Oh, another person offering me best viewers, which the which Seribot actually caught and banned. So nice for me not to have to deal with that anymore. Because I mean, who really wants best viewers and easy viewers and all that sort of thing, when we can just grind and get the viewers the hard, honest way. But anyway, that's our little bone block facility. Works really nice, but I don't come here all that often. We do have 2 more skeleton spawners quite closer to home. I've got 1 skeleton spawner, if I remember right, about here somewhere down below ground. The only reason why I like this skeleton spawner over here is that it is really close to the surface. But yes, anyway, and then as we come through this path, you can see a little bit more of the settlement gets revealed when you go through the trees. I think it just makes a nice little image. And then yes, like I said, the plan for this little pit area that I've got here. So I do want to dig it out all the way to the bottom of the world, and then we might start building a tower up here. But that's part of the lore I've been thinking of, so we are still a little bit off from actually doing that. But anyway, now that we've got this this dirt wall a little bit, now that we've done a little bit of terraforming here, I feel that we are getting to the point where I might start to actually decorate around here. And I was thinking of building a bridge over here to the other side of the river, but I'm not totally convinced about that yet. I might do it, I might not do it, but for now I think I need to sort of think about how am I going to decorate this area over here. So I was thinking of putting up a kind of a wall and a fence on this side, and we could store a few raw ore blocks and things over here in this little section, because I think it's quite blocked off, and it could make quite a safe space, a safe area for storing valuable things. But then I need to figure out and decide how am I going to fence it off. Maybe we can just do a little something on this lines right here. I wonder. Not sure this idea is going to work. So I can never remember. Yeah, so these two don't connect, which is kind of disappointing. But where do I have decorative blocks? I wonder if I have some iron bars. Doesn't look that way. That's not a problem. We'll go and have a nap and then we can make a few. Or we can grab some iron, then have a nap. Oh no, you still can't have a nap. Now we can have a nap. Thank you so much. So I just want to grab a few iron bars. See how if they connect. Do they connect to the walls? Ah, yes, they do. And what fences? I think maybe we should use stone brick. And I don't think I've got... Oh, I do have stone brick. So let's maybe see what it looks like if we do something like this. Oh. Didn't mean to do that, sorry. Gonna put these up here. Then we put the iron bars between them. Just like so. How's that for a little walled off area? I don't know, let's see how the dark oak looks. I just want to first do that. There you go. Just a little bit the area like that. Oh, really? Come on, come on, come on, come on. There you go. Really using the wrong tools like that. Just maybe a little something like that. We can maybe have a lantern up here just for a little bit of light. And that's going to be good. So we can then place a few we can store a few blocks in here, but I think for that to really work, we might need to... Should we do cobblestone or should we do dirt? Well, I think we can do a little bit of coarse dirt. And just need to see if we've got any coarse dirt. Yes. So we've got some coarse dirt. And I can just throw some of this dirt in here. So coarse dirt. And do I have podzol? That could also podzol. So we can use a combination of these two to do the floor of the little storage area up there. Oh, really? That's the problem of efficiency shovel, is that you usually take out more blocks than what you want to take out. I think this is good. Then we can just add a mix of podzol and coarse dirt. before we bring anything here to store. Alright, on this side I have left the grass over here because we are going to maybe just bone meal this little bit of grass, or maybe we'll come and plant a flower or something. We'll see. Let me go and grab a few goodies. Do a few of these. We can definitely do a couple of these. Maybe do a couple of those. And maybe, just maybe some of those as well. Alright, just like that, I think will do the trick. So yes, that's just a little bit of overflow storage. Oh, more cheap viewers. Nice, awesome stuff. Thank you, Sedibot. I do appreciate the assistance. Alrighty. And I just need to clear out a little bit of the inventory so that we can grab a few more things. Can we? Well, since I've got pumpkins with me, maybe do a little something like that since we've got it. That is a fruit. Really, me and the night with the shaders. I must actually just keep an eye on the sun because I know more or less how far the sun needs to go down before I will be able to sleep. And let's just grab a little bit of bone meal. Ah, yes, the bone meal is still outside. Oh, kitty cat! And another kitty cat! And I have no idea where's my fish to tame the kitty cats with. Let's see, I think... Ah, there you go. Daddy Bird, welcome in, enjoy the lurk. always welcome. Now I do need to figure out why it's telling me 3 times that you're lurking. But I think it's just, I have an idea where to look. I just need to go and sort that out so that it only gives us the message once. Now what am I doing? How do I... Ah, there you go. Let's see. We can chase down a kitty cat. Let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. Meow, meow. I can run as well. Come, kitty cat. Come, fishy, fishy. Really? How far are you going to take me away? You're going to injure yourself. Ah, gotcha. Come, let's go home. Let's go home, kitty cat. Yes, Betty, it's probably in Twitch announcements, and I think I've got announcements set up in a few different places as I've been trying to properly set up my Twitch streams. And I just need to go through everyone and disable them where I don't need them. I've got, I think, Twitch, Streamlabs, and Streamer Bot. I think that's the 3 announcements that comes through. I just need to go and disable some of them. Alright, kitty cat, you can sit right here. Nice, we found a cat. While Misfit isn't around, we found a kitty cat. Alright, just like that. Maybe we can do a little bit of grass over there. And we can also do a little bit patch right over here. I don't want the yellow flower. But alright, I think this is nice. Maybe, I don't know if whether or not I've got any dry grass. That would also look nice in there, I think. If I do, it should be... Ooh. Ooh, yes. I've got tall dry grass. Got short dry grass. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Short dried grass, and I've got a few firefly bushes. So let's go and see if we can put a few of them out there just to break the color of the grass. So that's... maybe put a short one there. Maybe another one over there. And then put a firefly bush. I don't know, do we have space here? Can we do another firefly bush? I do like the firefly bushes for the little bit of particles it makes at night. And then this one we can also maybe do that. So as you can see, I'm trying to not bring too much color in here. I'm just trying to put a few things that breaks the green from the grass. I do really like the look of the grass as it is. And yes, that's working for me. So when we come around to the front here, I really don't know what I want to do here. Now, I was considering, I do have a few villages down underground here, which I want to bring out. I want to close that place off because the villages I've got. Lucas, are you done with your homework? Well done, my friend. Well done. Good job on you. Awesome stuff. You know what? The homework is really important, and I'm glad I didn't distract you and keep you from your homework. That is the greatest news of the evening. You were able to do your homework and hopefully concentrate on it. What homework did you have to do? What subjects did you have homework in that you needed to do? As my son just finished with 8th grade this year. He finally got his report card a few days back, and well, he did pass at least. What happened now? Something just dipped again. Anyway, as I was saying, my son did just finish his 8th grade this year. They are now over here. It is middle of the summer, so it's summer vacation now. And in January, you'll go back to 9th grade. Did I say finish 6th grade or did I say finish 8th grade? But the truth is, it is 8th grade. He's done with 8th grade now. Math, geography, biology, and Lithuanian. So Lithuanian is your home language, right? So obviously that's important. Then math and geography and biology. Now that's two opposites to me. I hated biology. I loved geography. So anyway, as I was saying, I would like to come and have a little bit of a, I don't know, I'm thinking of doing something with the villages I've got underground up here. And maybe it's time to get a few stonemasons, I think. And I'm sure we can build a little bit of an area up here for them to occupy, so that I can start trading all the stone type blocks with them. But then on the other hand, I don't want to put a full build over here, so maybe we should just have a little garden area over here. A few benches, maybe a couple of small trees and things. I think that might be what we need to do over here, but that will have to wait until next time, because it is just about 10 p.m. and that means I need to get to bed. And I know, honestly, being an adult man telling you I need to get to bed by 10 p.m. like my mother is telling me I need to go to sleep. But truth be told, when I go to bed at 10 p.m. or when I end the stream, I will first go and have a shower, then I'll get in bed and I'll be watching maybe a stream or maybe a few YouTube videos. By 11 p.m. I go to sleep because I need to get up at 5 a.m. in the mornings to get ready for the day again. And if I stream any longer than that, and believe me, everyone believe me, I'm enjoying these streams so much. If I don't stop myself, I will probably be streaming until 2 a.m. every morning. And that is just going to not work out for my health and my mental health, because that'll mean I'm very tired at work during the day, I can't perform my job, and then I might get in trouble. So yes, I think it's time for me to call it a night. I just want to take a minute or two and really thank each and every one of you who joined me on the stream tonight. Lucas, please, you must also have a good and lovely evening. Good luck with school. Keep doing your homework, and thank you so much for always being here. And so, having that said that, I want to thank each and every one of you, the lurkers, the chatters, all of you. I want to really thank each and every one of you for your support. Like I always say, even if you're just lurking, that is still supporting the channel, and that is totally fine. On the other hand, to the ones of you that's been active in the chat, I want to thank each and every one of you as well, because having somebody to speak to just, well, it just calms my mind. It gets my mind off of my everyday issues and dramas and things. Just having a little conversation with somebody somewhere halfway around the world or something just keeps my mind relaxed during the nights. So with that said, thank you each and every one of you for joining me in this stream tonight. I will be back on tomorrow, same time, same place. It is 10 p.m. right now, so 8 p.m. tomorrow evening I will be back. 8 p.m. my time, local time, which is about, I think, about lunchtime, standard Eastern time in America. Definitely 8 p.m. In Lithuania, where Lucas is from, 9 p.m. where Suleiman is from. Misfits, I think 8 p.m. my time is 1 p.m. your time, if I'm right. But that's when I'll be back. Tomorrow we'll be back on the SMP. I have a few things that I want to do there. Two things in particular. One is a bone meal farm or bone block farm, and then I want to start working on a massive iron golem to cover up the iron farm. I am busy working out a design for the iron golem, but we are going to have to see if we can maybe start laying it out tomorrow. And with that, Misfits, Daily Freshness, Betty, thank you all for being here. The ones I'm not mentioning, thank you all for being here. And good night. Have a nice evening. I'll catch you all tomorrow. Thank you so much, and goodbye.